Hello everybody, Superior Stacker here today, guys. Today we're going to be talking about how much would you have if you invested $10,000 in 2005 in gold compared to the price of gold right now in 2025. Well, we will definitely be taking a look at that, guys. So this, by the way, this is my new addition of my fractional gold that I just got just recently. Very nice one gram of fine gold. So we would have to take a look back if we invested $10,000 in 2005. Just so you know, in 2005, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have asked this question as stackers. You guys get curious, like how much was gold? How much was silver back in such and such year? Well, I do that all the time, and it's actually very interesting. And at the same time, you're like, oh, if I only had a time machine to go back and take some fiat currency from the era. If not, can you imagine going back to the year 2000 and having dollar bills from 2017 or, any other year other than the year you're going back to? Yeah, you would be in federal prison. But anyway, it's something that always gets me interested, and it's always something that I'm like curious about, and it's just fun to look back. So in 2005, the average was $444.99 of dollars per ounce of gold. Can you imagine? Under $500 an ounce. Of course, at the time they're like, oh, that's high. But looking into the future, we all know, like, man, that was a bargain. So if we were going to do it exactly, guys, if we go back to March 2nd of 2005, I used the daily gold prices since 1993. I went into usagold.com and I went down to a section that says daily gold prices since 1993, and then I scrolled to 2005 and I went to the month of March, and today's date 2nd, and the price for today in 2005 was $432.20 an ounce. My goodness, talk about a heck of a deal, right? So on the same website, if you go to the scroll to 2025, go to March 2nd, the price is $2,859.95. Now, before I get any people getting upset, like, oh, well, that's not the actual spot price, which it has happened before. And hey, everybody has the right to their own opinion. I don't mind that. It's cool. But just so you know, there's not an exact spot price. And that's why if you go to APMEX, you go to SD Bullion or any other dealer out there, it's going to vary a little bit. Not by much, but it's going to be off a little bit compared to one place or another. So just so you know, that's a fact. You can't deny it. Not even, and if you don't believe it, go right now, check SD Bullion and check APMEX. No, they do not sponsor me, but it's just as an example. Check out what they have as spot price, or JM Bullion, whatever you want to do. And you can compare the prices of spot price that each one has. It's not going to be the same. So, according to the usagold.com, that's the price that they gave for today, $2,859.95. So if I were to invest $10,000 in gold back in March 2nd of 2005, once you do your calculations, and let's add a 5% premium on that, just to, so people don't get, like, oh, well, there's always a premium when you buy gold. I get it. Some have a little higher, some a little lower. So let's go with a 5%. So if you have $432.20 and you add that premium of on gold, which of course this is fractional, but we're going to be doing the math in ounces, 1 troy ounces of gold. So that way it's simpler math. It's just to give an idea. This is such a beauty. Mexico does make some very nice coins, by the way. I should get more. And going back, so if you do the 5% of $432.20, you'll come up to $21.60. So if you add $21.60 to $432.20, you'll come up to, hit or miss, $453 an ounce, which is still a heck of a bargain where we're at right now. I wish I could go back. So if you have $10,000 and you divide that, again, basic math, you should get roughly about 22 ounces of this precious metal right here. 22 ounces of gold for $10,000. That would be amazing. So that would be the price of, that would have bought you 22 ounces of gold back then, 2005, with $10,000, 22 ounces. So if we do 22 ounces to today's just spot price of $2,859.95, we would be at, hit or miss, $62,918.90 in 20 years of just holding your precious metals and admiring them. That's not bad at all. And then once you subtract the $10,000 that you invested, you're looking at, $52,918.90. That would be profit. Now, some would say, well, if you go back and sell it to a coin dealer, you're going to get a lot less than spot price. In the future, in the past, I'm sorry, I actually did go to a coin store that they actually would on American Silver Eagles, and sometimes they would even go a little higher depending on the demand. So again, gold is gold, but when it comes down to it, guys, especially with the prices right now, something to consider is sometimes if you are going to spend money, depending where you are, and I'm not knocking any gold. Gold is gold, and it's amazing, and it's good to have. Both of these are 1/10 of an ounce, right? But let's pretend they were 1 ounce gold coins. Would you get the American Gold Eagle or will you get the Krugerrand? More than likely, depending on where you are at. If you're here in the United States, you're going to get the American Gold Eagle. But if you're in some parts, especially if you're in South Africa or in some parts of Europe, the Krugerrand is very recognized. Shoot, it's even very recognizable here in the U.S. But when you're talking about paying $3,000 for an ounce, you're going to be very picky on what's going to be easier to liquidate. And again, they're both gold. They're both highly recognizable. But that's something that will go into effect. I don't know. It's just consumers, we're funny sometimes. Sometimes we want certain specific things. So with that being said, either way, even if you take out the premium, if they pay you less, more than likely they will pay you less, especially at these prices. They're definitely going to pay you way under spot price. But either way, you're making close to $50,000 in profit in just 20 years of buying something that you like and just holding it. And every once in a while, opening your safe or wherever you have them and just admiring them. It's something to think about, guys. That's pretty cool if you ask me. And again, this was just to see how far it would have gone if you had $10,000 worth of gold in 2005 compared to, how much that would have became in 2025. So that was very interesting to me. I don't know. I really love that idea. And what it comes to show you is that gold holds your purchasing power. That's because if you look around, like, shoot, houses are so expensive. They're very expensive. Same thing with everything else, almost vehicles. Everything is very expensive. So your purchasing power from 2005 was just transferred to 2025 by just holding gold. And like it's proven for forever. Long term, it will hold your purchasing power. So that's the beauty of it, guys. That's just the video I wanted to do, and I thought it was very interesting. Maybe I'll do other years, maybe even go 50 years back or 40, various ones. It's just so interesting knowing what the price of gold was back in the day. And just to think about, like, man, of course I was in high school, and that's when I first started. But again, I wasn't going to have as much money as I do now or the availability to invest. But man, it was so much more, way more affordable, no doubt. Well, guys, that is the video for today. You guys take care, and hopefully you found it to be entertaining and interesting at the same time, going over and comparing the prices of gold back in 2005 till now. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. You guys take care.